with Dellacoma.
Hi, I'm Dell. I sing.
What up? I'm Art. I play guitar.
Great. So you're from Australia and you're from Mesquite, Texas. How
That's
did
it.
that happen? Worlds collide there.
Man, it's a long story. I guess the short version is we're in different bands, and those bands sort of broke up. And through mutual friends, we met up and joined forces.
Great. Where did you meet up? In Austin?
Actually, yeah. The day of our first gig was also the day of our first rehearsal, and was also the day that we.
South by Southwest.
Yeah.
Wow.
2014.
That's great. So you've just been on a roller coaster of a ride this year. About 80 shows.
Yeah, I think we'll click over 80 shows, and then we'll get over 100 shows by the end of the year. So.
Wow.
Done almost 40,000 miles this year.
Yeah.
About.
Yeah.
That's great.
Wear down the tread on a few tires.
So you started off pretty big this year with the Grammys. You opened up for a pre-Grammy party?
Yeah. We're the only rock act to play at the pre-Grammys party in Atlanta.
It was gnarly.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. We played. We did a little tour. I can't even remember where we played.
NAMM. We went to
NAMM. We played NAMM, in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Big music trade show out there, and then we took a few weeks off, and then we did a couple laps of the U.S., and then took another couple weeks off, and then did another couple laps of the U.S.
Great. So your last album, your first album was your debut album that
Yep.
came out last year, and so you've been really playing the heck out of the show.
Pretty much.
This album, yeah.
Beating
So-
it. Yeah.
Your new album, you just released a single, and you just recorded a music video in Boston. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so the new single and the music video is actually the second single off of the current record.
Great.
We're probably like 70% finished with writing the new album, and we hope to go into the studio probably early next year and record that and then release that. And we're also doing Europe as well, so we'll sort of work out all those loose ends.
Right. So tonight at the Gas Monkey, this is your last U.S. show for the year, is that
Indeed
correct?
it is, yeah, until 2017, yeah.
Wow. So what's your 2017 going to look like?
Well, we've got Europe. We're playing a festival called Hard Rock Hell in Wales. We got 6 shows in Spain already lined up. We're going to do some shows in France and Germany. And then we're going to release the record and then hopefully come back to the U.S. So.
Yeah.
So I saw a little Periscope preview of your video, and there's some acrobatics going on. Somebody
man, I didn't even
hanging
see that.
from the ceiling.
Did it look sweet?
Very much so.
Right
Can you
on.
tell me about that?
Well, we like to get a little bit wild and crazy and push the envelope a little bit,
Well,
so.
basically, we got sauced and shot a video in Boston. That's
Yeah.
that's basically what
That's
happened.
pretty much what happened.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Which was awesome. Yeah, we just did that a couple weeks ago. So I haven't seen anything. So.
No, I haven't seen anything either. It was literally just a couple of weeks ago, and it was pretty cool though, walking around the north end of Boston, a lot of history there, and with a camera crew that was as
Totally.
big as our band,
Yeah, it was pretty gnarly. We had to walk down the street in Boston, and Dell had to just what do you call acapella, sing the
Yeah.
chorus. And it was really strange. We're just kind of walking behind him. And there were these tourists, and he's just belting the lyrics. And you felt a bit like a freak show, I have to be
Yeah.
honest. But it was awesome. It's going to turn out sweet.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's great. When can we expect to see that?
A couple months. Yeah, we should do a couple months. We want to cut in a little bit of live footage, so we got to go through some of the live footage, to get the real feel of a real blue collar band on the road.
Right.
That's sort of what we want the feel of the video to be. So, we'll cut that in a couple months. We should have that out, and then we should be able to release some stuff about the new album. So.
Okay, so tonight tonight's show at the Gas Monkey Bar and Grill, what can we expect? Are you going to do some acrobatics, jumping off the stage diving, or splashing in puddles here on a rainy day?
He'll probably do both.
Yeah.
He'll probably do both. Yeah, I'm sure we've already got a whole he's already got a whole schematic sheet mapped out. I'm sure he's plotting his how he's gonna do his triple gainer axle 360 flip off the front of the stage. Mm-hmm. It is wet though. It is slippery.
It
so
is.
be
It is
careful.
slippery. So there'll have to be some adjustments to the plan. Looking
Wear
through
2 pairs
the
of socks for extra support.
yeah, exactly. Any sort of pole or railing is not safe.
There's a stripper pole right there.
Yeah, there is a stripper pole right there. I need to work on my moves for
Yeah.
that thing.
That inner thigh strength.
Great. So tell me about your first single. What's the song that everybody's going to know and sing along to tonight?
Moving on to something new. We shot a video for that in Kansas. It looks like it's shot in
Utah or
Australia, or it's literally the one place in Kansas that is not green. And
There's one big rock, and that's where we went.
Yeah, one big rock in
Yeah.
Kansas. It's we had a lot of fun. That was actually a one day off in like an 18-day stretch. We had 9 straight shows, and we had a day off, then 9 straight shows again, and the one day off we shot that music video last year.
Yeah.
It'd
Yeah.
been about this time last.
And we broke down on the side of the road and
after the
for
video
like
shoot.
8 hours right after on our day off, which was a bummer. But it's cool. It's cool. It worked out.
Got a music video in.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
That's great. So what's been your favorite show so far on the tour?
On this one, honestly, you know, we played a festival in Cadott, Wisconsin at Rockfest. That was a pretty sweet show.
Yep.
The gig the other day in Montana.
We played a festival in Montana.
With Buck Cherry, and that was sick. That was really good. That was a really good gig. And Idaho Falls was great. Played a bunch of really good gigs on the Northeast with some friends of ours. That was great.
It's always you always feel really cool when you play like New York City. You know, there's just so
Yeah,
much
yeah.
history in places like that. You know,
Absolutely.
even Vegas. You know, like you play Vegas.
Vegas
and
is a good
people
one.
have got so much to do. You know, so when you play a show in Vegas, you feel kind of special. You know,
Yeah.
you're part of that entertainment that goes on in
Did
that
you
city.
schedule a day off in Vegas while you were there?
No, we don't
No.
get too many days off.
No, we really don't.
No.
We got to go poke around a little bit that day in Vegas. We got to go see this private car collection.
Wow.
Yeah, all these old Ferraris and Mustangs and what else? I don't know what else. I'm not a car guy.
I'm not a car guy.
A bunch of
either, but
shiny.
It looks cool.
bunch of shiny, expensive stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've shared the stage with some incredible bands. What's that like? Who's been the most favorite person that you've opened up for?
For me, Def Leppard. I mean, Def Leppard were like I'd never seen Def Leppard live until we'd played with them, and that was pretty wild. You know?
I might say Black Label Society just because Zach Wild's a big deal to me. He was one of the dudes I grew up had on my wall, you know. So that was pretty sweet. And then the day we played with Black Label, Dell got literally medical heat exhaustion. You know, he had to like stay in the trailer, and we were like, and Zach Wild came in and like nursed him. And was like, "You all right, dude?"
Yeah, it was pretty
You're right.
crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm like lying on the couch dying.
Zach Wild gave
Are you
me a
okay,
Gatorade.
dude?
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
So how long have you been playing live, and who have been your early influences to get you started?
Well, as a band, we've been together for 2 years. I mean, for me, like my influences, I mean, they're far-reaching, but I mean, probably like big fan of Scott Weiland, Stone Temple Pilots, Chris Cornell, Soundgarden, Steven Tyler, and Aerosmith. Those are probably real big ones for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say Van Halen, Stone Temple Pilots, Alice in Chains, Guns N' Roses, Metallica. Kirk Hammett was the reason I started jamming. I was 14 and heard one of his guitar solos, and it was another world, man. It was done.
I mean, I grew up on a lot of like old school stuff. So I mean, I grew up singing along to like Bee Gees and Chicago and stuff like that. You know, I still really dig that. You know, Carole King. But in a rock context, you know, Steven Tyler and Scott Weiland and Chris Cornell, they're sort of my favorites. Yeah.
So how's the group dynamic with you living in Australia and you all here in Dallas?
It's good because you know what, we don't. It's like because we spend like half the year in each other's pockets, right? So it's good to kind of go away, and you know, it creates a balance. And we just send them tunes, you know. We just because the three of us live in Dallas, so we'll send them tunes, and that's how we get our writing done.
Do you have a virtual studio? Do you participate via Skype and do rehearsals?
No, we just kind of do it. We just kind of make some, you know, do the old bedroom demo thing. You know, there's nothing fancy and just.
And everyone like learns their parts, and then I usually fly in a day before we leave for tour, and then we'll do one rehearsal, and then we'll just hit the road, you know. And everybody's professional, you know, so everybody knows their instrument, and they know what they want to do, and they know their part, you know. So it becomes a lot easier to stitch everything together when you do it like that.
It's definitely a different way of going about doing things. Like, well, you know what we should do? We should have 2 guys from Australia and 2 guys from Texas. We'll see how that goes. So
Hey, it's great mixing
it's
it up the continents,
unconventional, but you know, you get unconventional results, I think, as well.
We're literally an international band, you know. Like people go, well, where are you based out of? And it's like, well, we're not really based out of anywhere because, you know, even though 3 of them live in Dallas, like Dallas is not like our hometown.
Yeah.
It's just another tour stop.
Right.
You know, in the same way that when we play Australia, you know, it's just another tour stop because, you know, our bass player is from there, but he doesn't live there anymore, you know, and 2 of the guys, you know, the first time they'd ever been to Australia was last year when we toured there, you know, so.
Oh, it's pretty nice, huh?
Yeah, it was all right. It was all right. There wasn't too much to complain about.
Yeah.
So tell me about the other 2 members of your band, Matt and.
What are their names again?
I think we've got a couple guys. Steven and Jerry.
Bradley?
No, Jerry.
Todd.
Now we've got Matt Cook on drums. He's also from Dallas, Texas, and Rick Reynolds on bass. So Rick is from Melbourne, Australia, but he moved to Dallas, and then Matt's grown up in Dallas.
Yeah, have you known him for a long time? From back home?
No, I used to be in a band from Sydney, and I did a side project, and Rick actually played second guitar in that side project. This was like 4 years ago, I think now.
2011, 12?
12, I think it would have been. Yeah, and then he moved to America and joined their old band. And then that band split up around the time my band split up, and I'd contacted Rick and said, hey, I'm looking to put something new together, and he put me in contact with these 2 guys. So.
So where can we find you on social media?
If you Google Dellacoma, the only things that will come up is either the band or
Ugly
myself.
mugs, yeah.
You know, so yeah, Dellacoma.com. Facebook is Dellacoma. Dellacoma. Instagram is Twitter is Dellacoma.
Spotify,
Rocks.
iTunes.
Yep, everything is just Dellacoma. Dellacoma.
All one word.
Yep. G'day, this is Dellacoma Rio from the band Dellacoma. We're here at the Gas Monkey Bar and Grill in Dallas, Texas, and you heard it on Jam.
What's up? This is Art Struck from Dellacoma. We're here hanging out at the Gas Monkey Bar and Grill, and you heard it on Jam.
Thank you so much. We'll see you next year.